Hello friends, and welcome to Unbound Learners Pre-K. My name is Nina. What's your name? It's so nice to meet you. Are you ready to sing our good morning song together? Let's make our arms into a big circle out in front of us like this. Now raise that circle up, up, up over your head and give a little stretch from one side. Stretch over to the other side. Stretch back to the top. And bring that circle right down in front. Now it's time to sing together. If you know the words, will you sing with me? It goes like this. Good morning, dear earth. Good morning, dear sun. Good morning, dear rocks and flowers everyone. Good morning, dear beast and birds in the trees. Good morning to you and good morning to me. I hope that you all are having a wonderful morning so far. Let's jump right into circle time with our calendar and weather chart. Now the first thing that we do is begin with the date. And when we say the date, we start off with the month. The month is right up here. Do you know what the month is? March! That's right, friends. The month is March. And today is March 23rd. So let's move the chip over from yesterday. Yesterday was March 22nd, and today is March 23rd, and right up here we have the year. Do you know what the year is? 2021. That's right, friends. You can also say that the year is 2021. Either way is correct. But let's say the date one more time, all together. Are you ready? Today is March 23rd, 2021. Now it's time to count all of the days that we've had so far in the month of March. And as you can see, we've had quite a lot. The month is almost over. So let's take those counting fingers and give them a big stretch. And let's take a deep breath together. We're going to breathe in through our nose and out through your mouth. Let's try that one more time. Are you ready to count? Let's start at the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Whew, great counting, friends. We counted 23 days that we've had in the month of March. And look at this. The month is almost over. Now it's time to sing the Days of the Week song. And for this song, we hold up 7 fingers like this because we have 7 days in the week. If you know the words, sing along with me. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let's travel down to the bottom of the chart, right down here. Do you remember what the day was yesterday? I'll give you a clue. Yesterday was Monday. That's right. Yesterday was Monday, the first day of the weekday. So that means that today is Tuesday. You're right, friends. Today is Tuesday. So tomorrow will be, here's your clue, Wednesday. That's right. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. But let's go back to today and let's sing Today is Tuesday together. It goes like this. Today is Tuesday, today is Tuesday, today is Tuesday all day long. Today is Tuesday, today is Tuesday, today is Tuesday all day long. All right, friends, let's go up to the top. Right up here, we have a brand new season that started a few days ago. Do you know what the season it is now? Spring! That's right, friends. It's springtime. Have you noticed any signs of spring at your house? Maybe the grass is back. Maybe all the snow melted so you can see the grass again. Or maybe you hear birds chirping. Maybe you even have some flowers blooming at your house. And hopefully the weather has gotten a lot nicer. But before we talk more about the weather, let's sing the weather song together. What's the weather? What's the weather? Can you tell? Can you tell? Is the sun shining? Is the rain falling? Can you tell? Can you tell? Friends, do you see my picture right down here? This is what I see when I look outside of my window at my house. And as you can see, when I look out my window, I mostly see clouds, but the sun is poking through a little bit. It's mostly cloudy where I live. And look at my temperature chart. It's still right between light blue and orange. Later today, I'll be able to move it to orange. It's a coolish day at my house. Not quite warm. Maybe later this afternoon it will be warm and I can move the temperature chart to orange. What's the weather like where you live, friends? Look outside your window and tell me what you see. Thanks for sharing the weather with me. Are you ready to move on to the letter and the number of the week? Let's go! So yesterday, we learned a brand new letter. This letter says L, L. Can you make that sound with me? L, L. And do you remember what letter this is? L. That's right, friends. This is a lowercase l, and L says L, L. Now let's move on to the letter box. I wonder what we'll find inside today. So inside of this box, I have something that starts with the letter L, L, L. And I'll give you some clues. If you know what it is, you can take a guess. Here's your first clue. This is a type of a large feline. This animal is found in the continent of Africa. And males have something around the top of their head called a mane. Do you know what it is? Let's see. This is a lion. Lions live in Africa, which is a continent. And do you see this brown fur around the lion's face? This is called a mane, so I know that this is a male lion. Lions start with the letter L, L. Now let's move on to the number of the week. Yesterday, we also learned a brand new number. This is another double-digit number. Do you remember what number this is? 16. That's right. This is the number 16. Now, when you write the number 16, you have to write two numbers. First, you write the number 1, and then you write the number 6. The number 16. Now, let's count 16 tally marks together. Are you ready, friends? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes across, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goes across, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 goes across, and one more makes 16. 16 tally marks. Now it's time to open up the box and see what we have to count today. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness, I have so many pine cones. Let me gather them all up. I'm going to make a pile in front of me, but as I count them, I'm going to line them up across the top so you can see them better. Will you count with me? Let's see. Oh, it looks like I have two kinds of pine cones today. I have the round ones and I have the cone-shaped ones. So I'm going to divide them into two groups as I count them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that one rolled off. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and one more is 16. 16 pine cones. Now, do you see the two groups of pine cones? Which group had the most pine cones? The round ones or the cone-shaped ones? The round ones. That's right, friends. Let's see how many pine cones are in the smaller group. 1, 2, 3. There are only 3 pine cones in this group, so that means that there must be 13 pine cones in this group, because all together we counted 16 pine cones. Now that we've gone over the letter of the week and the number of the week, it's time to go over the sign of the week. Yesterday, I taught you how to say thank you in sign language. Do you remember how? Will you show me? Let's try that together. Thank you. One more time, you're going to take one of your hands and bring your fingers to your chin like this. Thank you. Thank you. Are you ready to guess today's community helper? Okay, here's your first clue. This is someone who works in a store or a business or a bank. This person handles payments and money. Do you have any guesses? Let's take a look. I have a dollar bill because today's community helper is called a cashier. And a cashier is a community helper who works in a business or a store or a bank and handles payments and money. A cashier works with something called a cash register. And do you know what you would find inside of a cash register? Money! That's right! Now in America, we have 2 forms of money. We have paper money or bills and coins. But let's take a closer look at coins. So right here, I have a few examples of American coins. These coins are a type of currency or money that is used in the United States. And I line them up based on size, starting with the largest, going all the way down to the smallest. So let's start off with the largest coin. This is called a quarter. A quarter is worth 25 cents. And on the front of a quarter is a picture of George Washington. George Washington was the first president of the United States. Next, we have a nickel. A nickel is worth 5 cents. And on the front of a nickel is Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson was the 3rd president of the United States. This is called a penny. A penny is worth 1 cent. And on the front of a penny is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president of the United States. And last, we have the dime. The dime is worth 10 cents. And on the front of a dime is Franklin D. Roosevelt. He was the 32nd president of the United States. Coins come in different colors. Some are silver or copper. You can also find the year, different numbers on either the front of the coin or sometimes the back of the coin right here. And that year is when the coin was produced or made. Let's get back to circle time. So if you live in a different part of the world, your money may look very different from American money. But let's move on to today's work.
For today's work, you are going to be polishing pennies. Now, there are a couple of options to do this work. The first option is to make a polishing solution. And in order to do that, you need some lemon juice and some salt. I'm going to take my knife right here and cut the lemon in half, right down the center. Now I'm only going to use 1/2 of the lemon. So take 1/2 of the lemon and you're going to squeeze it into a bowl. If you don't have a fresh lemon to use, you can also just use some lemon juice and pour a couple of tablespoons into a bowl. Next, you need to add some salt. So I'm going to use about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Take a little scoop, pour it into the lemon juice, and mix it up like this. Mix, mix, mix. Mix the salt into the lemon juice. You will need some old or dirty pennies and some Q-tips. So take a penny and you're going to use one of your Q-tips and dip it into the polishing solution and start rubbing it around the penny. Look at that, friends. Let me show you how it's starting to be a lot more shiny. Let's try that again. First, I'm going to show you what it looks like before I polish it. Do you see how old and dirty that penny is? It's not shiny at all. So take a Q-tip, dip it into the polishing solution, and start rubbing around that penny. Scrub, scrub, scrub. I can see the shine starting to come through. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Sometimes you can dip it in again, add a little more, and scrub that penny. Keep polishing. Look at that, friends. Do you see how it's starting to shine again? And look at the first one. It's shining. Let's try it one more time with the third penny. This is what it looks like before. And if you dip it in to the polishing solution and start scrubbing around it, it starts to shine again. Just like new. Let me show you the option for another type of polishing activity. Another option to this work would be to make a cleaning solution and drop the dirty pennies directly into the cleaning solution. So I started off with 1/4 of a cup of white vinegar. I'm just going to pour it into my jar. You will also need 1 teaspoon of salt. Pour that right into the white vinegar. Give it a little mix. Try to dissolve all of that salt. And next, you're going to place the dirty pennies right into the solution instead of polishing them. So do you see what they look like before? It's hard to see Abraham Lincoln's face. I'm going to drop them into the solution, shake them around a little bit, and let them sit. Now you want to make sure that the pennies aren't directly stacked on top of each other. Otherwise, it'll be hard for them to clean. So So you can use your spoon if you see the pennies stacked directly on top of each other, and just give them a little mix like this. Stir them all up. And let's take a look at what they look like now. So you can use your spoon and you can scoop them onto a cloth. I can already see how much shinier they are. Look at this, friends. They're a brand new color. Nice and clean and good as new. Let's get back to circle time.
Welcome back to Circle Time, friends. Today we learned about cashiers, and cashiers are community helpers who work in banks or businesses, in stores, and handle payments and money. Thanks for learning with me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Give this video a big thumbs up and find me on OutSchool for my live and interactive classes. You can also support my channel by checking out my Patreon page and gaining access to bonus features for your child. Before we go, we have one last song to sing. Can everybody wave goodbye like this? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.